Panchapatram in your hands. And let's begin the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing process.
Pour 1 uddhani of water into the palm. Om Atmadattvam Shodhayami Swadha. And another uddhani of water. Vidya Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. And take another uddhani of water. Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. And wipe your hand. With your base of the thumb finger, wipe your mouth 2 times. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now wash your hand. With index, middle and ring finger, touch your upper lip and lower lip. Wash your hand. And with your index finger and thumb together, touch your right nostril and the left nostril. And with your ring finger and thumb together, touch your right eye, left eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hand. Now with your little finger and thumb together, touch your navel, right chest, left chest, and with all the fingers joined together, touch the crown of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder and heart center. Wash your hand.
Let us now enter into the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. Please sit in a deep space of awareness. Drop any of your thoughts. The Sankalpa is the most important aspect because you are creating a conscious resolution during this time. What resolution you create becomes a reality, becomes your muscle memory while doing the yoga. The conscious resolution is a very, very important component. Visualize how you want your body to be, your mind to be, how powerful, flexible, strong you want your body to be. See how your body is manifesting the extraordinary powers. See that already happening as a reality in your life. Now, from the same space, let's enter into the conscious resolution, the Sankalpa.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adhya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararthe Shri Svetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Ashtavinsatitame Nitya Yuge Pradhame Pade Jambodvipe Bharatavarše Paratakande Neroho Dakshine Parshve Shakabdhe Asmin Vartamane Vyavaharike Prabhavadinam Chastyaha Samvatsaranam Madhye Shobhakritanama Samvatsare Dakshina Yene लक्ष्मी वेंकटेश्वर ऋतौ शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकरण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशान्तश्यामला पीठारूढ़ मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्तृ श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीचिन्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संग सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्रानजीमूत परमत कलभघेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु शबन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षण नरहारह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्ऋषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्तृ सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवच्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रचित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तृ साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनुक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणी पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थम तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्तिसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेमस्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्त मंगलावाप्यर्थं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्णारोग्ययुक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Now wash your hand with the uddarni of water. Om abhopasprishya.
Now, please place the Panchapatram and Uddarni away from you. It's time that we get started with the yoga. Please put it aside. We are going to be beginning with the skeleton dance. So please come up to your feet. Please stand up on your mats. Make sure that you're putting your Panchapatram Uddarni away so that you don't stamp on them. We'll begin with the skeleton dance. I'm seeing some of you are having sweaters, jackets. I request all of you to see if you can remove your sweaters or jackets and put it aside. Let there be as much as prana entering your body. I understand it may be cold in some of our places, but if you can allow, especially men, Ellie and all, you have a separate room. So if you can do it without your upper cloth, that is the best, because you're going to allow all that prana enter into your body. Okay? So start moving on your mat, left and right, front and back. Slowly start moving. Slowly shake your hands, shake your legs, build up the pace. You're going to visualize yourself as a skeleton that is disconnected at every joint of your body, and start shaking and moving your entire body intensely. Please begin. Kailasa Kashi, shake, shake, shake. Kailasa Kashi, shake. Come on, move, move, move. Shake, shake, shake. Last few seconds. Shake intensely. Relax. Just stop. Stop as is where you are. Don't fix your mat. Leave your mats. Just stand. Just stand. Don't worry about your mat, your dress. Just stand. Stand still. Drop your hands by your hips. Leave your body loose. Feel the intense energy pulsating at your fingertips, at your toes, and your entire body radiating heat. Bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale and exhale deeply. Slowly relax. Now you can adjust your mat and be seated on your mat. See, whenever we do any intense activity, let that energy stay in you. Don't let it dissipate immediately. Yes, please settle down. Now you can adjust your mat, your devices, your phone. You can put all of that aside. Today we are going to be beginning with the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. So we're going to be beginning the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. The second set, as of yesterday, we finished the Prathama Vinyasa Krama, the first set of 108 asanas. Now we're going to enter into the next set of 208. Sit comfortably. Sit in a posture that brings ease to your physical and mental space. It can be Ardha Padmasana, or Vajra. Let's perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale. The fire in your stomach being kindled. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Next asana, Samasana. In Samasana, you're going to sit cross-legged. Sit cross-legged. Place your knees. Now take a deep, long breath and hold. Slowly exhale. Now inhale as deep as possible and exhale as deep as possible. Inhale as deep as possible and exhale as deep as possible. The internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Idanim Garbhininam Yogabhyaso Yatha Lagho Sukha Prasavalabhaya Prochate Pratane Patihi.
Relax. Let's now go to the next asana. The next asana is going to be Muktasana. Now, place the left foot against the genital region. Bring the left foot against the genital the right foot on top of the left. Now place your hands facing downwards, palms facing downwards on top of your knees. The internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
निपीड्यस्युमिनीं सूक्ष्मं दक्षिणेन तरगुल्पतः वामं याम्येन गुल्पेन मुक्तासनमिदं भवेत्.
Relax. Let's now go to the next step, the next asana. The next asana for every one of us is going to be Siddhasana. As you continue to be seated in the Muktasana, bring your gaze towards your third eye. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. Sit straight. Please make sure that you're sitting straight. Nimanda Karanga. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. The internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
स्थाणुममेत्रियो चलदृशा पश्यन् भ्रवोरन्तरं चैतन्मोक्षकपाटभेदजनकं
Bring your gaze towards the ground in front of you. Bring your gaze towards the ground in front of you. The breath inside you in the Jalandhara Bandha. Tighten your perineum, pull your butt in, tighten your perineum, lock the breath. Out and pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha and hold as comfortably as possible and relax. Now repeat the same once again. Inhale. Lock the breath in the Jalandhara Bandha and exhale forcefully. Pull your stomach in and up. Visualize the
तानो सेवनि मदितासकोठानो दचपदगी एडी जोई वेदमदि लगावे सोई.
Relax. Let's now go to the next asana. The next asana is going to be Rudrasana 2. Now as you continue to be seated in the Siddhyasana, rotate the hands on top of your knees, placing them into the Biddu Mudra. Touch your index and thumb fingers together. Place your palms on top of your knees, palms facing up towards the sky. Now bring your gaze towards your third eye. Please sit straight. Look up into your third eye. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale. As the breath goes in, visualize the Jatharagni being kindled, the fire kindled in your navel center. And exhale. Visualize yourself as Lord Rudra, the fierce dimension of Paramashiva in your inner space, and the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
वामचरण पर दक्षिण राखे एक झुक दे से विदिदाखे वाम पकतली माहिली कोर दक्षिण के जो बाहर ले और
Relax. Now, continuing to be seated in the same position, bring your gaze towards your nose. Please bring your gaze towards the nose. This is the Santadhunasana. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale and see the breath kindling the Jatharagni in your navel center. The internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space, embodying tranquility and the unshakable presence of the nature around us.
आसन को गुण मन की चंचलता मीट
Let's now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Siddhasana 2. Now, maintain one heel on top of the other. Bring one heel on top of the other. From the previous posture, we are going to slightly move our knees apart so the heels come on top of each other. Place your heels on top of each other. Try to pull it as much as possible. As you continue to be seated in this position, you are going to now bring your hands to the navel center, cupping one palm over the other, and place them in front of your navel center. Cup your palms. And place them at your navel center. Place your palms in a cupped position like a lotus in front of your navel center. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale and see the breath awakening the Jatharagni at your navel center. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
रुजकाय समासेन सिद्धासनमुदीरितं प्रसार्य भुवि पादौ तु दोर्भ्यामङ्गुष्ठमादरात्.
Relax. Let's now enter into the next asana. The next asana that we are going to perform is going to be Bandhayoni asana. In Bandhayoni asana, we are going to be performing the Shanmukhi mudra. First, as you continue to be seated in the same position, let us now place our hands in the position to perform the Shanmukhi pranayama. So place the little fingers beneath the bottom lip. Your little fingers beneath the bottom lip. You can all see and do it together. Place your little fingers beneath the bottom lip. Place the ring fingers above the upper lip. Place the middle fingers on top of your nostrils. Don't close it yet. Just place it on top of the nostrils. Index fingers on top of the eyes. And the thumbs on your ears. Now when we perform the pranayama, we'll be performing the Shanmukhi pranayama. You're going to inhale through your nose and lock the prana inside you by closing all the 5 senses. Be gentle but be firm. Inhale, sit straight. Inhale deeply and lock the prana, the breath inside you. Hold as comfortably as possible and exhale through your nose. You can open your nostrils by moving your middle finger. And once again, inhale and repeat. Visualize Swamiji in
महादेव बन्धयोन्यासने शृणौ यत्कृत्वा केजरो भूत्वा विचरेदि
breath to the normal. Please bring your breath to the normal. Take a few inhalations and exhalations. Let's now perform the Virasana. In Virasana, place one foot on the thigh and other foot under the opposite thigh. So from your heels, you're going to now place your feet on top of the thigh and under the thigh. So one foot is under and one foot is on top. Now, as you are seated in this position, bring your hands into the Bindu Mudra. Hands on top of your knees in the Bindu Mudra. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, the Moola Bandha, pulling your perineum in. Inhale, visualize the air entering and kindling the fire of the Jatharagni in your navel center. Visualize and embody the space and state of bravery in your inner space. And the internal japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
एकं पादमथैकस्मिन् विन्यस्योरुणि संस्थितः इतरस्मिंस्तदा चोरुं वीरासनमुदीरितम्.
Let us now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Valmikasana. Now, place your left heel. Place your left heel on the right side of the generative organ. And place your right foot on top of the left leg, toes by the knees. Bring your toes closer to the knees this time. The leg which is there on the top, bring it closer to the knees. The bottom leg is at your perineum. The upper leg is on top of your knees. The sole of your feet comes on top of your knees. Now, place your hands on top of your knees in the Bindu Mudra, thumb and index finger touching together, and bring your gaze towards your third eye. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. In every asana that we are doing, you are going to perform the Moola Bandha, which is making sure with awareness you pull your butt in, tighten your butt, so your whole body stabilizes. So please perform the Moola Bandha and the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale and visualize the air awakening the Jatharagni in your inner space, in your navel center. And exhale. Now bring your gaze towards your third eye. Bring your gaze to a third eye. Visualize the great sage Valmiki in your inner space.
दावा पका की पगतली पुनी हेडी है जोया पना दिच मेड्रा दक्षिण आनी लगा वे सोया दच पदा की एडी जोई बाई नाली लगा वे सोई अंगुष्ठ गोड़ान लगथा राखे पुनः पगतली धरत धाके.
Let us now move to the next asana. The next asana we are going to perform is going to be the Joni Mudrasana. As you continue to be seated in the same position, bring your gaze towards your nose. Bring your gaze towards your nose. In the previous asana, we were having our gaze towards the third eye. Now, we are going to move our gaze towards the nose. Continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Ensure that you are continuing to be seated with the Mula Bandha. Visualize the Yoni Mandala in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
वामपादकी पकतली जाही माहिली कोरी जोनिता हांदरि वैसे उलटो पावचु मोरी.
Let us now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Yoni Asana. Now, place your palms on your knees, palms facing downward. Place your palms, continue to be seated in the same way. Just turn your palms towards the ground, placing them on your knees. Now, bring your gaze towards your third eye. Bring your gaze towards the third eye. Visualize the Yoni Mandala in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
योन्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योनफले नीलं तत्कालफललं तावत् खेचरो यावदेव हि पादयोगेन चक्रस्य लिङ्गाग्रां योनियोजयेत् अन्यत् पादमुरो दत्वा तत्र योन्यासनं भुवि.
Relax. Let's now go to the next asana. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Baddhasana 3. Now, sit and bring your soles of the feet together, holding them with both your hands. Bring your feet together. All of you bring your feet together and hold your feet in this position. Flap your knees so that you're able to get your knees all the way towards the ground. You can flap your knees like the wings of a butterfly, pulling your knees down towards the ground. Now, visualize Lord Veerabhadra in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
घुल्पौ च वृषणस्यादः सीवन्याः पार्श्वयोक्षिपेत् सव्यघुल्पं तदा सव्ये दक्षगुल्पं तु दक्षिणे पार्श्वपादौ च पाणिभ्यां दृढं बद्ध्वा निश्चलं भद्रासनं भवेदेतत् सर्वव्याधिविनाशनम्.
Let's now move to the next step. The next asana is going to be Aghorasana. Now, while you have your feet in the same position, you're going to press your tongue up the roof of your mouth. Bring your gaze towards your third eye. So place your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Push your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Place your tongue touching the upper palate. Now, cup your hands, place your hands like a cup with your right hand and cover your mouth. Close the left nostril with the index finger and inhale through the right nostril and close both the nostrils. Hold the breath comfortably and then exhale through the left nostril. Now repeat the pranayama on the other side as well. Continue to place your tongue on top of your upper palate. Now visualize yourself as an Aghori in your inner space, and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
पूर्व कहो विश्रिका जोई वाही विधि जो कीजे सोई सब अंगुरी मुख बाहर आने मुख खो पुनि संपुट कर ठाने जिब उल्टा तलावे धारे हाथांसो आरंभ पुनि करे.
Relax. Let's now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Kaneri Pavasana. Now, as you are seated in this position, have your toes together and heels apart. So you're going to slightly move your heels apart, making sure that your toes continue to touch each other. Bring a gap between your heels, toes together but heels apart. Toes together but heels apart. Now, place your elbows on top of your heels and place your chin on top of your palms. Place your elbows on top of your heels. If you're not able to place it on your heels, try moving your feet a little more forward. So if you move your feet a little more forward and place your elbows on top of your heels, chin on top of your palms. Bring your gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a female elephant drinking water. Visualize yourself as an elephant, female elephant drinking water. Now, have the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ग्वाली पवासन कहियो है जैसे याहो में जाने विदित से दो गुल महिला जानो अरुएड्या विच कहोनी टानो.
Let us now enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Parasana. Now, please sit with your knees raised. Sit with your knees raised. Now, you're going to insert your arms between your thighs and your calves. You're going to insert your hands between your thighs and your calves. Now interlace your fingers and lift your feet off the mat. See, some of you are placing it from under. We're going to place it from inside. Okay, so as you can see, bend your knees and then insert your hands in the gap between your thighs and your calves. We'll show it to every one of you once again. So as you are seated in this position, right, having your legs like this, you're going to insert your hands from the gap and then you're going to lift it and hold and try and interlock your fingers. Try to balance yourself in this posture. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ततोर्ध्वं रेचयेत् वायुं मृदुनिश्वाससंयुतं रेचयेस्तस्य विख्य प्राणास्मस् अयाकरः.
Relax. Let's next go to the next asana. The next asana is going to be Gopi Chandasana. In Gopi Chandasana, interlace your fingers around the feet with the soles together and try and lift your feet as high as possible, getting it as close as possible towards your throat. You're going to try and lift your feet off the ground, pull it as high as possible, as close as possible, and balance slowly. Slowly lift and balance. Try and hold as much as you can. You're going to be performing the Rechaka Kumbhaka. In Rechaka Kumbhaka, you're going to focus on slowly exhaling the air from your lungs. Hold and balance. Embody the state and space of a king in your inner space. And the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
पूरब विधिपगा का अंगूठा ताकू पाराशे एडी हृदय लगावे ताकसी हटिया आगुली परी राशे निष्ठनाशा अग्र आसन कौगुन इधि पिगला की पवन तंब जालंधर बंद लगे.
The next asana is going to be Udarasana. In Udarasana, you're going to sit with the soles of your feet together. Now, you're going to insert your hands underneath your legs. Okay? Now, you're going to pull your feet up off the ground and interlock your fingers on top of your feet. Interlock your fingers on top of your feet. Bring the feet up close towards your chest. Try and get it as high as possible. Try to bring it towards your chin. You can get it as much as possible and hold and balance. Now bring your gaze towards the nose. Visualize your body is free from any kind of diseases and defects. And the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दो पकतली संपुट ठाने उबे हस्त करे वरद हिटाने अंगुष्ठ दो वो समट हरावे चिपका नीचे ताहि लगावे.
Let's go to the next. Now, the next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Visisthasana. In Visisthasana, sit with your feet together and once again insert your arms under your legs, and you're going to this time try and raise your feet as high as possible towards your face. See, the previous one we brought it as close as possible towards our chin. Now we are going to try and raise it as high as possible towards the face. Okay, we're going to try and lift it as high as possible towards the face. You lift it as much as you can. Try and lift it as much as you can. Come on, balance. Do it slowly. Look at one point. Gaze at one point and lift. You'll be able to get a much better balance. Come on, lift, lift, lift. All of you lift. Yes, Malaysia, all of you are balancing. That is good. Malaysia female team is balancing. Malaysia male team, none of you are even lifting. Malaysia male team, all of you lift your feet. Kailasa, Kashi, do it slowly and try holding. Okay, as much as all of you want to laugh, please don't laugh in this asana and hold. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दोवो पगतली जोड़ी संपुट करे हाथ दोवो पग बिचियानी तले करे बारेल यावे कहून्या माहिली संदिराशे पाचे दोवो हाथ के करे पगा ऊंचे काकसी सास परिराशे.
Relax. The next asana we are all going to be performing is going to be Bhujasana. In Bhujasana, from the seated position, lift both your legs on top of your respective shoulders. So you're going to place your hands down and try and place your feet as high as possible on your shoulders. Once again, this is also a balancing position. See, every time a balancing posture comes, right? Bring awareness to your core, perform the Mula Bandha, which will stabilize your entire body. Okay? So now in this position, as you can see, you're going to place your legs on top of your shoulders. Your knees come as close as possible to your shoulders. And then bring your arms underneath the legs and interlace your fingers at the back of your neck. Okay, you're going to try and interlace your fingers at the back of your neck. So all of you can first perform the initial step of this. All of you can perform the first step of this, which is bring one leg at a time and hold. Okay, once you're comfortable with holding one leg at a time, then you can place the second leg on top. And try and balance yourself in this position. You can take the help of your hand, initial balance. After that, you can lift your hands off the ground and try balancing in this position. Okay. So this is the first step that we need to do. All of you please enter into the asana and try and hold the position. There will be a sweet spot where you're able to lift and hold. So hold there. Now you're going to visualize yourself as a cobra in your inner space, and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शीर्षासनं तु विज्ञेयं कक्षासनम् अतः परं ग्रीवासनं च परमं भुजासनमिहोच्यते.
Good. Now let's enter into the next asana. The next asana is going to be Kalyanasana. In Kalyanasana, as you are seated in the same position, you are now going to try and tuck your hands behind your butt. So you're going to, from the same position, in the previous one we were holding on to our hand. Now in this, you're going to try and get your hand behind your butt. So this is Kalyanasana. All of you can try performing the Kalyanasana. Once again, it's balance based. Kailasa Malaysia, LA team, all of you try and lift your body, lift your feet off the ground. Salem, balance panunga. As Devi Parashakti in your inner space, and the internal japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दोवो हाथ पगम विचयाने तनको गोड़ानी चेटाने बहुरी पाघत्या बाहरिल्याबे पुनः युगति ऐसे टहराबे बहरी मोड पाथाने आने करी पर लिए ताकसी ठाने दो वो पाद अदर कर राखे नासा अग्र दृष्टि को धाके.
Relax, all of you. Today we are going to be having 1 hour yoga, which we are going to be completing now, as we are going to prepare ourselves. Please lie down on your back and relax. Bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Now, slowly bring your awareness to your feet, to your hands, and slowly come back to a seated position. Slowly come back to a seated position. Now, let's all visualize Swamiji in our inner space. And sit in a relaxed, comfortable position. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And let us chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda.
First of all of us have to wake up to the truth, the stark reality. You are in crisis, whether you are managing or not. You are in crisis. The way your body is behaving towards you, the way your mind is behaving towards you. Now, Phoenix Kanchipuram has joined. I can see you guys. I welcome you all. Blessings. Come on, let's come to the truth. Let's come to the stark reality. The way your mind is behaving to you, the way your body is behaving to you, the way your responding, the way you are responding to the world, the way please understand, I am not even talking about the past mess up each one of us created in our life. The pattern of creating mess up which we carry and with which we are playing our life. So you need to know the way your body responds to you, you respond to your body. The way your mind responds to you, you respond to your mind. The way you mess up your life continuously again and again. The first stark reality you need to wake up is you are in crisis. Just because you are not able to manage, don't try to forget the crisis. Second step. First step, knowing that there is a crisis. Second step, agitation cannot help you to get out of the crisis.
Human beings are the greatest problem inventors. See, everything in our society is invented to invent new problems. All our desires, fears, lifestyle, everything you can see. Money, the concept of money, the concept of ownership, everything is invented to invent new problems. It is like when the kids have to be kept occupied, you give them some playing things. What do you call it? There will be a box with multicolor. Rubik's Cube. I don't know the name. Good, I did not play with all that foolishness. No, you completely destroy it and then you try to align it. What foolishness. I think in our Gurukul we should ban that. Why will you first of all invent a problem then to find a solution? Arey, come on, we already have multiple problems, find solutions for that. Putting your energy to invent a problem and then finding a solution for it. Please understand, when you enter into the space of Advaita, the first thing will happen is you will stop inventing problems. And you will start continuously solving. I tell you, Advaita will bring surety about you. The biggest gift of the space of Advaita is all your confusions will disappear. You will be sure about what you want to do, what you are and what you want to do. I tell you, people who honor the space of Advaita in their life as first priority, when they wake up like Ishvara of the universe, Jagadishvara. When they live like Jagadishvara. They are not only Jagadishwaras, Jagat Karanas. Please understand, when you are stuck with some pattern and unable to honor the space of Advaita, that is what I call Maya, and continuing to honor the Advaita, even if you are stuck with some pattern, is called tapas. That is tapas. I tell you, the world is going to be the world. In my world, if you carry the space of Advaita and approach the world, in the world also you will attract exactly people who carry the space of Advaita towards you.
Understand, living Advaita means declaring there is no period of delusion. Understand, the promise, message of Yoga Sutra is, now you are in delusion. If you do this, you will be liberated in the future. That is yoga. No, no, no. Even now you are liberated. Even now you are free. You are not at all bound. That is Tantra. Not only in the future or in the present, even in the past, you were always free, is Advaita. Understand, there is no delusion period. Your history has no dark page. Withdrawing is against life. See, before you start, spend enough time in analyzing, is it non-violent? Is it not hurting others? All that, do it. Because anything violent, hurting others, the moment you realize, you should withdraw. That is living Advaita. I am not speaking from that context, listen. Withdrawing because you become powerless is against life. Sometimes you may withdraw to feel more powerful. For example, if you are taking the decision of killing and withdrawing from it because you feel it is violence, then it is right withdrawal. Actually, this withdrawal itself is decision for life. So this is the basic understanding you need to have. Whatever makes you powerful and live Advaita, you should decide for it.
Understand? If you remove the effect of yama, time on you, you can exist forever in that space. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Tiredness and boredom does not get broken by cute romance. Puppy, puppy. Oh, cutie pea. Cutie pea, puppy, all will get only pea. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to digest oneness. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space.
I am not the body can never be the antidote for the pattern I am the body. I agree, I am the body, I am the mind. That only separates you from Advaitic truth, your original space. But I am not the body, I am not the mind is not solution. That is not antidote. The antidote is, solution for this problem is, as I always tell you, life is neither difficult nor easy. It is a technique. Solution for this problem is neither difficult nor easy. It's a technique. If you are constantly trying, I am not the body, I am not the mind, as the solution will be difficult, because this is not the solution. You are trying in the wrong direction. Hyderabad is this side, you go this side, and you say going to Hyderabad is very difficult, because you have to go around the planet Earth and come to Hyderabad. Life is neither difficult nor easy. It is technique. If I am the body is the pattern separates you from your original Advaitic space, I am not the body is not the solution. If I am the mind, idea separates you from your original Advaitic state, I am not the mind is not the solution. Find out the incident you started building the concept I am the body. Find out the root incident when you started building the concept I am the mind. Find out when you started building this pattern, when these incompletions have started getting rooted into you. More and more dig inside you. I tell you, the more and more you understand how you built the pattern, more and more completion will happen. The pattern will lose its power over you. More and more you complete with the pattern, more and more experience of your original state of Advaita will come back to you. Please listen. You trying to shout as loud as possible, I am not the body, I am not mind, is not going to help. Advaita is neither difficult nor easy. It is technique. It's neither difficult nor easy. It is just technique. Understand? Listen. Dig more and more, deeper and deeper into your being. When you started building this pattern, I am the body, I am the mind. When you started feeling a deep affiliation, association with your incompletions. I have seen people taking decisions during the moments of craziness. This is my contribution. This word is crazy. Means scared and crazy both together. Never ever decide when you are scared and crazy. Never, never, never ever decide when you are scared and crazy. Drop this pattern of making decisions. Drop this pattern of making decisions when you are scared and crazy. I tell you, 90% of the difficulties you face experiencing Advaita will be cleared away. You will be free from it. You will be liberated if you stop making decisions when you are scared and crazy. Do not make decisions when you are scared and crazy. The craziness which comes when you are scared, please understand, being scared can be handled separately, successfully. Going crazy can be handled separately, successfully. But these two together is a deadly combination. Ultimately, the final dirt of the past, incompletions, leave your system only when you rewrite your future with Advaitic enthusiasm. Listen, only when you start creating the future with Advaitic enthusiasm, the past disappears. You have to make past irrelevant. Only then it disappears once for all. You have to make your past irrelevant. Understand? Only when you rewrite your future, your past becomes irrelevant. Only then your past becomes irrelevant. Your past can never become irrelevant if you don't rewrite your future with the tremendous enthusiasm. As long as you live the life, I told him, he did not do. I told her, she did not do. Means as long as you don't stand up to the whole around you, you will not be living Advaita. You will not be creating your life. Rewriting the future may be theory. Listen. Listen. Only when you rewrite your future, the past impact disappears. Somebody who is constantly in pain, that pattern can be beautifully transformed and manifested as constantly being in pleasure. I am giving you an example. Every pattern you have, every impossibility you have, either you can complete with them and get rid of it, or you can just transform them, manifest as power. If you are completing with them and getting rid of it, you are a Vedanti. If you transform them and manifest as power, you are a Shaivite. That's all. Completing with the pain patterns and getting rid of them is Advaita. Sleep means nothing but every night you decide, all right, I opened my tent and did my circus, now relax, it is time to stop my circus and wind up this tent and put into me to rest. So every day when you wind up your tent, tell yourself, Abhayam Sarvabhudebhyo. So now I am withdrawing from all the fight and enmity. I am withdrawing from all the
anger, fight, enmity, the dvandvatva, duality, the two feeling. So I am relaxing. I tell you, just with this one idea, sleep every day. That deep sleep which you have, that oneness which you experience will become enlightenment. As on now, you feel sleep is not happening with your will. It is being sucked. That is why when you come back, you feel that oneness is a darkness. It has happened. But every day make a decision. Hey, enough drama. Now I am packing up all my circus tent and relaxing. Abhayam sarva bhudebhyo. Let nobody needs to have fear of me. I am withdrawing. I am withdrawing. Remember this and sleep. It will become a conscious decision of withdrawing. Every day deep sleep will become the experience of Advaita.
Every day morning when you wake up, align yourself to that oneness. Every thought, every action, bring more and more Advaita into it. Please understand. Do not freeze yourself. Do not think you have grown up. Now nothing more can be done. Transformation is not possible. No. Every day the possibility for you to build a new personality, new body, new mind, new being is available, open. That availability is what I call life. Using that availability and making Advaita as a strategy, building a new body, new mind, new personality, new words, new thoughts, new actions is what I call living Advaita. Living Advaita.
Please understand, never ever miss being in higher self for any reason. Never ever avoid being in the space of completion for any reason. Your logic, your energy should never ever convince you not to be in the space of enlightenment. Please listen. The whole logical power you have should be constantly used to remind you, convince you, inspire you, impress you towards the Advaitic space. So we were having a teamly dinner. Then two of my sannyasis were playfully fighting about Mahadeva and Devi. Now I told them, even for casual fight, you cannot be reduced from Advaita Vedanta. Suddhadvaita Vedanta. Please listen. Even for a casual fight, you should not lose the clarity. But one nice thing, both of them understood. Both of them understood. The original substance is Mahadeva, the original substance of existence, decided to enjoy itself. It is called Shakti, Devi. So both are one and the same to its core. There is nothing to fight between these two. So understand, moral of this whole incident, even in a playful way, you cannot miss the experience of Advaita. I tell you, whether it is a playful dialogue or debate or a violent war, the moment you miss the space of Advaita, you are defeated. If Arjuna has gone into the war with the mood of Karna or Duryodhana or Bhishma or Drona, simply would have lost it. But Arjuna went with the space of Advaita because of Krishna's initiation. He won the game and came back. For all of you, I am reminding you, do not miss the space of Advaita. Hold on to the space of Advaita in all your fight. Only then you will win. The moment you miss the space of Advaita, you have anger, violence towards somebody, you will lose the game. Understand? If you carry the clarity, the other person is extension of you, even if he tries to attack you, his whole being will not support him in his attack on you. He will be so foolish, he will collapse and you will not be attacked. Please listen. Today I am revealing one of the very important sacred truth. If you are established in the space of Advaita, even if the other guy tries to attack you, abuse you, his whole being will not cooperate with him to attack you. Simply, he will lose strength and fall into stupidity and foolishness, powerlessness. He will not be able to attack you. He will collapse before even he stares at you. The power of the space is such, I tell you, learn this science, practice this science, master this science.
Advaita becoming reality in your day-to-day life. Advaita becoming reality in your day-to-day life. Please understand. Any other technique, while you are practicing, Advaita does not become reality, but only the process of completion. Even when you are practicing, Advaita becomes your reality. Advaita becomes your lifestyle. One more important thing, very important truth, I wanted to bring it to your notice. Japa, puja, meditation, pranayama, everything you only have to do for yourself. Others can't do. You can't do it for others. If you do it for others, others can have a psychological satisfaction, but not the immediate impact of it. Understand? When you go and tell others, I have done puja for you, they can have a psychological satisfaction. When they tell you, you can have a psychological satisfaction. You can feel that that person loves you, that's all. But there is no immediate effect of it. But in the process of completion, only this process of completion, you can do it for others. Others can do it for you. Because the context from which this process of completion starts is Advaita, oneness. All of us are one, and all of us radiate the same space. All of us are one, and all of us radiate the same space. That is the context from which the completion starts. That is the basis of science of completion. Understand? That is why you can do completion for others. Others can do completion for you. Completion is the process, is the technique. Krishna describes, even if you practice very little, you will have lot of good things happening to you. I can say this statement exactly matches for completion. Even if you practice very little, lot. So much of good can happen to you. Understand? Completion is such powerful process. I can tell you, it directly leads you to the experience of Advaita. After that, you can just go on be strategizing, cognizing from the space of Advaita. As I said, achieving Advaitic experience, living Advaita is not end of the journey. That is like only then you get the driving license. Driving license is not end of the journey. Only when you get the driving license, you can start driving. Living Advaita is not end of the journey, it's a driving license. From there, when you start operating, everything is successful. Operating from the space of Advaita is what I call rewriting your future. Not just developing your future, altering your future. I am not teaching you some self-development technique. No. I am not teaching you some self-development, personality development course. No. I tell you, in a way, living Advaita is not even transforming your life. It is just rewriting your life. You can rewrite your future. You can rewrite your past the way you perceive it. Understand? Only completion gives you the power to rewrite even your past. All other techniques give you the power to rewrite your future. Only completion gives you the power to rewrite even your past. Your past needs to be rewritten. If your future needs to be rewritten, your past needs to be rewritten. Rewriting your past, rewriting your future, both happens by the power of completion. I'll give you the example. Whether all the human beings see the sunrise or not, sun will continue to rise. That is the reality being reality by its own strength. But if all the human beings decide not to use the dollar, dollar will not have any value. This is shared reality. Understand? There is a big difference between shared reality and real reality. The value of gold is because of shared reality. All of us accept gold is valuable. All of us accept diamond is valuable, are made to accept. I can say. All of us are made to accept diamond is valuable, gold is valuable. Because of that, it becomes valuable. This is called shared reality. Reality should be reality by its own strength. Essence of today's satsang. Completion starts from Advaita, moves through Advaita, leads you to Advaita. That is the bestest gift Mahadeva gave it to the world. Let us use that to separate the reality and shared reality and live, make decisions from the reality.
Ego will always be based on powerlessness. Self-respect will always be based on powerfulness. Every time when a problem comes in front of me, I only become more powerful by learning and expressing the method and solving it. Understand? Self-respect for yourself is never an ego. Mahadeva does that to you when you practice agama.
All sufferings, when I say all, I mean capital letter ALL. All sufferings is because you forget your identity again and again and again. All the good things are showered on you when you become authentic. Again and again, aligning yourself to authenticity is tapas.
Listen, all your depression, all the feeling of suffocation you have, all the feeling of tortured you have, all the pain you have physically, all the pain you have mentally, everything boils down to one. Listen carefully, boils down to one. That one is fear of losing what you think as you comfortably. Fear of losing your existence. Fear of losing your experience as you. You think this is the way you should exist, and anything threatens that existence, immediately the fear is invoked. And when the fear is invoked, all that third-rate strategies in which you think you can cheat life. No. The moment you become wolf, fox, whatever you do is not cheating others, you already cheated yourself. Immortality is the way of existing, means nothing can touch the way you exist. Find that existence of you which gives you a complete feeling that it cannot be changed. It cannot be questioned. It cannot be taken away from you. I have seen some of the most selfish human beings. It is all about me in them. And that stupid me which they are carrying is so insecure and wounded from all corners, full of pus, pain, but they go on protecting that and cherishing that. It is like a you have somebody who came to your house as an orphan, who is paralyzed, mentally deranged, Nothing in them works other than arrogance, demanding. But you fall in sympathy with that person, and that person, if you don't take care of me, I will die, I'll die, I'll die. And you give your whole life literally and take care of that person. Why? Because the person, if I don't take care, who will take care of that person? And end of the life, you did not get married to take care of the person, you did not have children to take care of the person, you did not do whatever you want to do in your life just to take care of the person, you did not even go to guru to take care of that person, everything. End of the life, the person just kicks you in your face and disappears in the air, thin air. You are here sitting, wasted the whole life to protect somebody. So finally you realize that person is not there. It's a delusion, ghost. That is exactly what you are doing. Who you are trying to protect. The identity you are trying to protect. With that me. Will suddenly disappear in the thin air after sucking your whole life. And then you will realize, oh God, the me in you will be the worst exploiter and cheater of you. Because by its very constitution, it cannot exist eternally, but makes you believe it is going to exist eternally. You yourself cheat yourself. Listen very carefully. You need to understand this word amritatva. There is something in you which does not lose itself even while you go through the dream, while you go through the waking state, while you go through the deep sleep. Relaxing into that something is what I call amritatva, immortality. Start finding that something which does not lose its existence while you go through a dream state or deep sleep state or waking state. That in which when you relax, you don't feel threatened. You don't feel you have something to lose. You don't feel something is going to be taken away from you. You don't feel something is going to change in you. Amritatvam. Amritatvam. Whether you are a 2-year-old kid or 20-year-old loose or 80-year-old Karabold or 99-year-old about to go get visa, whoever you are, the first priority for you should be recognizing that part of you. Actually, it is there like a bone marrow in you. That part of you, see, like how skin, then blood, then bone, and then bone marrow, how the structure of the body. Same way, your ordinary confusions, your ordinary attachments, then your ordinary fears. Then if you dig deep into you, the core you, inside the core you, just like inside the bone marrow, inside the core you is sitting that immortality, amritatva. which you don't lose, or which does not recognize any of the physical, mental pains you imagine. You go on imagining physical, mental pain because of the hidden payoffs. Because of the immature cognitions. Just like inside your bone, the bone marrow is there. Same way, inside your identity, that immortality is there in the form of a pure light. In the form of a pure consciousness, pure light. Recognizing that part is the first priority.
The relationship you share with both your mamakara and ahamkara is directly connected to your brow center. When you have non-integrated and inauthentic relationship between mamakara and ahankara, for example, in mamakara you feel you are covered, frightened, no courage, and in ahankara you show courageous, powerful, direct inauthentic, direct non-integrated, then your anya collapses. Having integrity and authenticity with mamakara and ahankara, your anya flowers. Unfortunately, almost all human beings have inauthenticity with both mamakara and ahankara. How many of you feel you have inauthenticity with your ahankara and mamakara? I think I should ask the other way. How many of you feel you don't have inauthenticity? No, you cannot be. If you have, come on, I have a place for you here. This whole second row you can fill. Or I'll even empty this line, you sit there. This seat is not that comfortable seat, understand? How many of you are greedy of this seat? Lot of responsibility, understand? Huge responsibility. Even the snake, when it bites you, it will tell, you gave me the poison, what can I do? I can vomit this only to your feet. You give me nectar, I will vomit nectar. The Kalinga, that snake, tells Krishna, after trying to kill Krishna, this fellow tells, I vomited poison true, but you gave me that only. Means, for everything you become responsible. Listen. Inside you, you always believe yourself lower than what you are. And outside you, you always project yourself higher than what you are. How many of you are able to cognize this? Anya, brow center collapses when your ahankara and mamakara is not aligned, whenever there is a mismatch in what you believe as you inside and what you project as you outside. It is like a sharp sword having both sides rubbing you constantly. When there is an inauthenticity between your mamakara and ahankara, both sides it is painful. Do you see? Inside also it is painful. Outside what you project, because nobody believes it, it is painful. How many of you are very clear that whatever you project, people are not believing? Raise your hand. It's very painful, do you know? You project something so sincerely, seriously, almost like a 10 days you work hard and make a beautiful flower arch. Suddenly somebody comes and tells, hey, fool, all these flowers have withered away 10 days before, you did not see up. You are arranging, so busy in arranging. By the 10 days you came to the lower part and you say, wow, I have done a flower arch. Somebody comes and knocks at you, the back, and says, see up. 1 week before it all withered away. Only then you say, oh God, what I try to project is not happening. It hurts. It hurts. The inauthenticity of your ahamkara is pulling you down and making you feel shrink. Your life only has two ways. One, egoing or easygoing. If it is not aligned, your mamakara and ahankara, it is egoing. If both of them are aligned, it is easygoing. You can see when someone is egoistic, they become very heavy, serious, start living with disease. I think if you do the process, you will be able to have deeper insights.
When you expose your mamakara to the world, you lose effectiveness with people.
No, I am not saying you expose. All I am saying is align. See, what your ahankara you project, internalize that itself and make it as mamakara. That's all.
So whatever,
I am not saying project mamakara to ahankara. Project ahankara to mamakara.
oh, whatever I project there, I just believe myself.
Yes.
Okay. That is easy.
Listen. Scan your whole life and identify the specific aspects of your ahankara which leaves you with conflicting experience with others in your life. That is, identify areas of your life where you feel powerless or experience conflict with others because of the thoughts and words you have uttered and the perception about yourself that you have projected to others which is not aligned with what you experience as you inside you. For example, you have projected an image to your boss that you are very efficient, and deep within you project an image to yourself that you are a failure. So your efficiency is not showing up in your work and your boss is not happy with you. This may leave you with a conflicting experience in your relationship with your boss. This is an example. Understand, whenever you feel powerless or experience conflict in your life, there is surely some inauthenticity in that aspect of your life. Second, look deeply within and identify the inauthenticity in those conflicting aspects of you that you project to others as you. Identify the words you utter about yourself to others which are not according to the peak of your capacity. That is, what do you think of as your peak capacity and what do you project to others as the peak of your capacity. Identify the words you utter to others about yourself which you did not honor and fulfill. Now restore integrity and authenticity in those aspects of your life. Complete with others who are involved in the respective conflicting situations in your life. Actually, this fourth and fifth is you are supposed to be doing in the house. First three only you are supposed to write answer. Fifth is now with integrity and authenticity, give a new word to others about yourself. Give a new commitment to others which is aligned with the peak of your capacity. Having tolerance and patience is different. Compromising is different. Compromising means you should not come down from your spiritual cognizance. The way you make decisions, the way you think, the spiritual cognitive shift you experienced, that should not be compromised. Don't come down from that. Add little more tolerance. Try to turn blind eye for some problems. That is allowed. Out of compassion, you can just turn your eyes the other side. But you yourself should not bend, should not come down from the way you take decisions. The spiritual cognitive shift should not be reduced. And show little tolerance. Don't worry. Your husband will not be scared. He will only be happy. Just do not allow your ego to fight with people. Live with confidence. Confidence will always bring tolerance. When I can tolerate with you, you can tolerate with anybody.
The first question today is from Nathan Myers, who's saying, Dear Great Master, will you please give us the best way to renounce the breath of the human body so we may transcend the ego and release all attachment to the mind and body? Thank you for your highest teaching.
Exhaling is renunciation of the breath you inhaled. Inhaling is the renunciation of death you are retaining in your body. When you be in the center, neutral space between inhaling and exhaling, you renounce both life and death, rest in enlightenment. Inhaling is life, exhaling is death. Being in the neutral space, center of the inhaling and exhaling is enlightenment, samadhi space. Try continuously to be in the neutral space. That's the way you become enlightened. That's the way you will radiate enlightenment. That's the best way to renounce breathing and all the moments of life and death related to breathing. How the Sri Vidya Sampradaya is given to the world. There was a time Sati did not obey Paramashiva and leaves Kailasa to attend Dakshayagnya. It is not about Daksha or Dakshayagnya. It's all about did not listen to Guru Vak, kept herself away from the Guru. Sati realized she is Paramashiva Shakti and reached Kailasa. Reached Paramashiva and started begging, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Begs Paramashiva to be accepted back in that pure conscious form. Naturally, in that pure conscious form, she is one with Paramashiva, beyond the body.
Paramashiva says, teach what you learned from this whole episode to the world. She then teaches Shakta Sampradaya, Srividya Sampradaya. This whole Shakta Sampradaya is given by her. She takes 10 forms, Dasamaha Vidya, Kali, Tara, Rajarajeshwari, Bhuvaneshwari, Chinnamasta, Dhumavati, Mahashyamala, Kamalatmika, all the 10 forms she manifests and teaches the signs to the world. 11 people received that signs. Agastya, Dattatreya, 11 people, including Sadashiva. So it became 11 Sampradaya, Dasamahavidya, Srividya Sampradaya, 11 Rishis. I received it from Sadashiva Parampara. My gurus belong to in that 11 Sampradaya, Sadashiva Parampara, Sadashiva Sampradaya. So when I do the Srividya, I chant Sadashiva Rushihi. From him, the Sampradaya came to me. Put your time, life, energy on Adi Shakti, Srividya. She will reveal her secrets, how she is running this cosmos, how she is running this Maya, how she is running this whole Brahmanda, Bhuvana. That is the Jagat, universe. Sadashiva, Ishvara, who manifests as 5-dimension and unmanifest part of him. That is Ishvara. Listen. Jiva, soul. Jagat, universe. Ishvara, Sadashiva. The matrix between these three is called Srividya. The first principle. If I say unclutch now, I'll give you enlightenment. If I say come to integrity and listening now, I'll give you enlightenment. Hanging on to that, if you are failing, use persistence to make it successful without dilution, is Srividya. Srividya means the will persistence. To master the mystery of the matrix, how this Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat is spinned around, how this Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat overlaps on each other, how this Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat coordinates with each other, how this Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat moves with each other. Knowledge of manifesting Paramashiva Shakti. Science of manifesting Paramashiva Shakti is Srividya. Listen, science of manifesting Paramashiva Shakti is Srividya. This whole universe is the manifestation of Paramashiva, Science of manifesting. Paramashiva. Science of manifesting. Science of manifesting. Param